everyone, I hope you've all been well. Happy New Year. It's been a while since I've been on here and I thought that I should start up again. It's the new year and it's time to plant some onion seeds. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I plant onions from seed. It's very, very simple. Let's get started. I'm using this tray to sow my onions from seed. It's a 6 by 12, so we've got 72 spots in here for onions. Now these are pretty nice size cells. They're pretty significant. I would say they're about 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. They're slightly larger than standard typical tray for seed starting, and I really like it. I think that this would allow my onions to establish a little bit larger size bottoms or bases or bulbs prior to planting out, and they will be in this tray from sowing until they're transplanted out in the garden. Now we are now in the middle of February and these will be transplanted out in April. These are long day onions. They are yellow onions and they're actually a variety called Powell F1. So these are a long day storage specific onion from Johnny's Selected Seed. So here's the tray. And I have my seeds ready in this little wooden bowl. Now I love using a bowl like this. You can use a bowl, any kind of bowl, but I find it so much easier to have control and see how many seeds I have, and prevents me from losing them into the basin, which is directly beneath. It's covered here with wood, but underneath is where I have my soil. So it's my potting table. But there they are. I'm thinking, because I have 72 cells in here and I have about 250 seeds in here, that in order to maximize my, output, I'm going to plant 2 seeds per cell. And I think that that is better. Now, to make these holes, I used my dibber. That's my dibber there. And this is really easy to just like make holes in. And I have a link for this. I'm going to post it in the description below. It's an Amazon link. And there's 2 sides to it. So there's a skinnier side if you want something very like deep and long, and a wider side for a wider hole. So I really like using this. And it's like a really thick plastic material, and it's a standard for me. So I always use this. Now, let's continue. So I'm planting 2 per cell. And my thinking is that as they grow, they will grow outwards and expand outwards. So, they will basically form outwards and they will have space to fill out. Now, I'm not sure if I had already planted in that hole. Anyway, continuing on, we're just going 2 per cell. So I'm going to continue on and I'm going to fill this whole tray with 2 in each. And so by doing this, I'll have 144 onions. They won't take up more space than a standard planting. I will space them slightly wider apart when I'm transplanting. So traditionally I plant my onions approximately 10 inches apart. So maybe I'll put them 12 inches apart to give the little pairs, space to expand on each side. And then that should give them plenty of space, and they won't crowd each other. Instead they'll form outwards, and then they will expand in their little spot. And and then I'll harvest as I need. So as they start filling out, the larger one will come out first, providing space for the pair to expand outwards. So that's it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to continue planting 2 per cell, and then I'm going to close the holes, tap them down, make sure that there's nice soil to seed contact, and then I'm going to cover it with a plastic dome. I'll show you in a second what that looks like, and then I'll place it onto my grow lights. Now, before they go in my grow lights, the soil is damp, but I do have a tray that I like to set them into so they will absorb water from the base, and then once it's fully absorbed, I'll cover it with my dome, and then I'll set them under my grow lights where they will grow. Once they germinate, I will then remove the dome because I don't want them to have any risk of damping off, because too much moisture at the soil level right as the seedlings emerge can cause the seedlings to dampen off, which is basically like a fungus that kills the seedlings. I don't want that to happen. So as soon as I see germination, I will remove the lid, and then the rest will continue to germinate and grow at their own pace. And that's how it's done. Let me just show you what the lid looks like. So here's the dome that I'm talking about. It's very standard size. This one does have vent holes at the top, and those little things can twist, and then you get an air hole. So what I'll do is, once I start seeing some germination, if I only have a few, I will leave the dome on, but once about half of them have germinated, I will remove this dome altogether and allow the seedlings to grow open. They're going to be sitting under my grow lights. The grow lights are set at 2 to 3 inches above the tops of all the seedlings, and they get adjusted as the seedlings grow. And I keep them on for 16 hours on and 8 hours off each day. They'll stay in these trays, and about 2 months from now, I'm gonna be transplanting them out to the garden. So this is just perfect. This is all the space to take up. It's just this one tray for this particular variety. And then I'll get planting them outside. When I do that, I will post a video showing you how I transplant them. It's very, very easy. I just use a larger dibber. So I showed you this dibber, and I have much bigger dibbers, and I always use dibbers because I find it really, really simple to make a hole. It doesn't disturb the soil too much. So that's it for today. If you guys like my video, please be sure to give me a like as well. Please subscribe, and I will be posting a lot more this year. Now that the growing season is starting, I plan on posting a lot more to show you what I do in the garden. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment. Otherwise, I hope you all have a really great day today. Happy gardening, everyone. Bye for now.